The nature of global celebrity has undergone an unprecedented transformation in the modern era, shifting from the traditional distance of old-world nobility to a highly sophisticated landscape where public visibility is meticulously balanced with the deeply human desire for personal privacy. For years, the world has watched from a distance as historical legacies and contemporary media cultures collided, creating an environment where every single photograph, every shared caption, and every brief glimpse into a private sanctuary is analyzed by millions across the globe. This delicate dance between revealing the intimate details of a family household and maintaining a fortress of security around young children has become one of the most compelling narratives of our time, leaving observers to wonder where the line between a carefully guarded private life and a brilliantly orchestrated public presence truly lies. When public figures who once completely withdrew from the traditional mechanisms of institutional media suddenly begin to lift the veil, it signals something far more significant than a simple collection of family updates. It invites us to look closer at the underlying strategies, the quiet evolution of a personal brand, and the way modern public figures navigate the intense pressures of a digital world that demands constant connection. To understand the depth of this shift and to stay informed on how these fascinating stories unfold behind the scenes, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, where we break down the complex dynamics of modern public life and bring you the stories that shape our cultural landscape. The fascination with those who choose to carve out their own independent paths in the public eye remains at an all-time high, especially as new chapters open up in the quiet, sun-drenched coastal enclaves of Southern California. In these exclusive neighborhoods, far removed from the cold stone walls and rigid protocols of European historical estates, a completely different lifestyle has been taking root over the last several years, characterized by a blend of quiet domesticity and immense global interest. The transition from the highly structured world of formal public service to a lifestyle defined by creative freedom and entrepreneurial ambition has captivated millions who follow the evolution of contemporary icons. Every choice made in this new chapter seems to carry an echo of the past, while simultaneously charting a bold course toward an independent future, where the boundaries of what is shared with the public are completely redrawn by the individuals themselves. This calculated evolution in communication styles has sparked an intense dialogue among brand specialists, public relations experts, and cultural observers worldwide, all of whom recognize that in the modern media economy, silence can be just as powerful as a major announcement. For a long time, an almost absolute wall of privacy was maintained around the youngest members of this highly discussed family, a choice that stood as a powerful testament to a desire to give children a normal upbringing, completely shielded from the relentless glare of international spotlights. The decision to keep the youngest generation hidden from the public eye was not just a personal preference, but a defining characteristic of a broader philosophy that prioritized emotional security and domestic peace above the insatiable demands of global media. Audiences grew accustomed to only the briefest mentions or the most abstract artistic depictions of this private family life, creating an atmosphere of intense curiosity and deep respect for the boundaries that had been so firmly established. Yet, as time moves forward and new professional and creative ventures begin to materialize on the horizon, the nature of this public silence is visibly changing, giving way to a more open, inviting, and intimate form of storytelling that seamlessly blends the role of a dedicated parent with that of a modern lifestyle innovator. The sudden appearance of beautifully composed, highly personal imagery on social platforms marks a major turning point in this ongoing narrative, capturing the attention of millions who are eager to decipher what this newfound openness means for the future. The images do not simply depict milestones. They convey an entire aesthetic of warmth, aspiration, and high-end domestic elegance that resonates deeply with a contemporary audience looking for authenticity in an increasingly artificial digital world. By choosing to share these specific, curated moments of joy and growth, an invitation is extended to the world to view a private paradise that was once considered completely off-limits to outsiders. This shift has not happened in a vacuum, but rather alongside the development of a major new lifestyle brand designed to celebrate the arts of homemaking, motherhood, and authentic living, suggesting that personal milestones are now being woven into a much larger entrepreneurial tapestry. The juxtaposition of a young child growing up in the idyllic setting of an £11 million Montecito estate, admiring flowers in a sunlit garden, creates a visual language that is both deeply personal and universally appealing. It tells a story of peace, luxury, and maternal pride that stands in stark contrast to the chaotic media storms of previous years, offering a glimpse into a life that has been successfully reclaimed and redefined on personal terms. As observers piece together these new visual clues, from the choice of wardrobe to the subtle inclusion of timeless, high-value accessories that mirror familial heritage, it becomes clear that nothing is left to chance in this new era of public communication. The presentation is flawless, the emotional notes are perfectly struck, and the underlying message is one of triumphant happiness and grounded stability in the face of historical challenges. This opening of the doors to a private world sets the stage for a deeper exploration of how a modern family balances the immense weight of historical identity with the fresh, unrestricted possibilities of the digital age, creating a new blueprint for celebrity culture that will undoubtedly be studied for years to come. The deliberate evolution of the Sussex family's media presence has reached a fascinating crescendo, highlighting a strategic recalibration that directly connects their private domestic joys with a rapidly expanding commercial and lifestyle empire in the United States. At the heart of this shifting dynamic is the celebration of Princess Lilibet's 5th birthday, a milestone that Meghan Markle marked by sharing new, highly intimate photographs on her public social media platform. The Duchess of Sussex, now 44, delighted millions of followers by posting an image of Prince Harry sweetly holding their young daughter in his arms, with Lilibet's striking strawberry blonde hair falling gracefully past her shoulders, while Meghan looks on with a radiant, maternal smile. A second captivating photograph transports the viewer directly into the lush, manicured grounds of the family's magnificent £11 million estate in Montecito, California. In this frame, the Sussex's youngest child is seen standing peacefully in the sun-drenched garden, her attention entirely captured by a vibrant collection of flowers that she gently admires, creating an atmosphere of pure childhood innocence and high-end pastoral tranquility. Accompanying these beautiful images was a simple yet deeply touching caption from Meghan that read, "Our dream girl, happy 5th birthday, Lily." This public display stands in sharp contrast to the absolute wall of privacy that the Duke and Duchess maintained during the first 4 years of Lilibet's life, a period during which she, alongside her 7-year-old brother Prince Archie, was carefully shielded from the global spotlight while growing up thousands of miles away from the traditional structures and rigid protocols of the British royal family. This sudden and beautiful revelation of the young princess has sent royal enthusiasts and media commentators into an absolute frenzy of analysis, particularly as observers note the incredible physical similarities between the young girl and her father. For years, the public had to content itself with the rarest glimpses of Lilibet, such as her historic first birthday portrait, which depicted an angelic toddler enjoying a casual summer picnic in the sunshine at Frogmore Cottage. Following that initial release, the couple completely stopped sharing official photographs that showed her face, maintaining a strict policy of visual isolation that left the world wondering about the growth of the youngest royal. It was only when Lilibet turned 4 that the Duchess provided the first proper look at her daughter's features through a beautifully composed black and white photograph that clearly revealed her expressive eyes and the upper half of her face. That subtle opening of the floodgates has now transformed into a sophisticated, steady flow of family content that serves a dual purpose, blending genuine parental pride with a masterful exhibition of contemporary brand building. The birthday photographs also contain fascinating details that have set the fashion and luxury worlds alight with conversation, showcasing how the young princess is already following in the elegant footsteps of her famous mother. In the newly released images, Princess Lilibet is seen wearing a beautiful, light yellow sundress, a piece of clothing that sharp-eyed followers immediately recognized from a previous behind-the-scenes promotional shoot for Meghan's burgeoning lifestyle and consumer brand As Ever. This deliberate choice of wardrobe strongly reinforces the idea that the young girl is increasingly being positioned as a central element of the brand's aesthetic narrative. Furthermore, the photographs reveal that Meghan's little mini-me is already adopting the Duchess's sophisticated taste in jewelry, as the 5-year-old princess is seen sporting a delicate, thin gold bracelet on her wrist. This accessory looks remarkably similar to the iconic £5,800 Cartier Love bracelet that has long been a staple of Meghan's personal jewelry collection, signaling a symbolic passing of style heritage from mother to daughter in front of a global audience. This noticeable increase in the frequency of Lilibet's public appearances has not gone unnoticed by top international branding, marketing, and public relations experts, who have closely analyzed the Duchess's social media activity over the past 12 months. Commenting on this intriguing phenomenon, Meghan Dooley, the respected head of the London-based Tal agency, observed that there has been a profound and highly calculated shift in Meghan's overall approach to featuring her young children on public platforms. According to Dooley, when one compares these recent frequent uploads to the absolute dedication to total privacy that defined Harry and Meghan's initial years in California, it becomes blindingly obvious that a major policy change has taken place behind closed doors. However, the industry expert is quick to point out that this is not a reckless abandonment of their principles or a sudden capitulation to the demands of paparazzi culture, but rather a selective, highly intentional, and brilliantly executed strategy. By allowing the public to catch these carefully curated glimpses behind the curtain of their idyllic family life, Meghan is successfully using her role as a loving mother and homemaker to provide an authentic, warm, and deeply aspirational foundation for her luxury brand, As Ever. This strategic pivot has transformed the family's social media grid into a vibrant timeline of personal milestones and public celebrations, creating an unprecedented level of engagement with their audience. Earlier this year, the momentum began to build significantly when fans were treated to a rare and joyous Valentine's Day post, which featured a candid image of a smiling Prince Harry holding Lilibet as she clutched a large bunch of festive red balloons, prompting thousands of comments praising her vibrant red hair and calling her the perfect image of her father. This was soon followed by historic throwbacks, including an intimate video of the Duke and Duchess dancing playfully in a hotel room to induce Lilibet's birth, with Meghan light-hearted dancing to a viral song, showcasing a remarkably human and relatable side to the couple. The digital storytelling continued with updates documenting a magical 2-day family vacation to Disneyland, featuring pictures of the children meeting beloved characters and the Duke enjoying theme park rides with his daughter, alongside major posts celebrating International Day of the Girl. traditional Halloween festivities, and their highly anticipated annual holiday card. In that striking holiday image, Prince Harry is shown with his hands cupped protectively around young Archie's head in a display of profound fatherly love, while Meghan rests her forehead against Lilibet's in the dappled California sunshine, creating a masterclass in visual storytelling that captures the absolute essence of their modern, independent American dream. This carefully orchestrated exposure stands in stark and fascinating contrast to the ongoing treatment of Prince Archie, whose face has been completely and successfully withheld from public view since the family's Christmas card release in the year 2021. Proving that the couple's new media strategy is distinctly tailored for each child and deeply connected to their long-term professional objectives. The tension between public commercial exposure and the couple's fierce advocacy for child safety online adds a layer of profound complexity to this unfolding situation, as critics and supporters alike watch how they navigate these contradictory paths. Both Harry and Meghan have consistently used their massive global platform to demand much stronger legal regulations and protections for children in the digital space, even going so far as to publicly throw their weight behind a total social media ban for individuals under the age of 16 that was recently introduced in Australia. Their commitment to this vital cause was further solidified during a major high-profile visit to New York City, where the Duke and Duchess unveiled a permanent, emotional memorial dedicated to the memory of young people who tragically lost their lives due to the severe and harmful psychological effects of unregulated social media platforms. During this intense trip, the couple spent hours meeting privately with grieving families who firmly believe that predatory digital algorithms played a direct role in the untimely deaths of their children. An experience that deeply moved the royal couple and sharpened their public rhetoric on the matter. Speaking at a glittering charity gala in Manhattan just 5 months later, Prince Harry delivered a fierce, sobering speech where he labeled the unchecked impact of global social media platforms on the mental health of youth as one of the most pressing and dangerous crises of our contemporary time. At that exact same event, Meghan spoke passionately alongside her husband, revealing to the gathered audience that she and Harry frequently engage in intense, private discussions about how they will navigate these digital dangers and protect their own children as Archie and Lilibet grow older and inevitably encounter the realities of the modern internet. This duality of guarding their children from the toxic elements of the web while simultaneously using their images to anchor a global lifestyle brand creates a compelling narrative arc that continues to challenge traditional notions of celebrity, privacy, and public service in the modern era. The intricate tapestry of the Sussex family's new life in the United States cannot be fully understood without examining the profound biographical backgrounds of the individuals who are steering this unprecedented cultural ship. Meghan Markle, now 44, entered the global consciousness not merely as a member of a historical European dynasty, but as a highly accomplished, self-made American woman with a rich history in the creative arts, digital communications, and social activism. Born and raised in Los Angeles, California, she cultivated a deep understanding of media dynamics long before her marriage into the British royal family. Having worked for years as a successful actress on a hit television series while simultaneously operating an immensely popular lifestyle blog called The Tig. This early experience in digital storytelling, curation, and community building laid the exact intellectual and creative foundations for her latest entrepreneurial venture, As Ever. A deep-rooted appreciation for aesthetics, culinary arts, travel, and mindful living was temporarily set aside when she assumed formal duties as the Duchess of Sussex, a role that demanded total adherence to centuries-old traditions and a complete surrender of personal digital autonomy. The return to her home state of California alongside Prince Harry marked a dramatic reclamation of that original creative spirit, allowing her to fuse her lived experience as a global style icon with her deeply personal journey into motherhood, thereby transforming her private domestic reality into a compelling, luxury-oriented business model that resonates with millions of modern consumers. Prince Harry, who recently celebrated his 41st birthday, brings an entirely different, yet equally complex, historical weight to this collaborative public endeavor, having spent his entire life under the most intense media scrutiny imaginable. As the younger son of King Charles III and the late Diana, Princess of Wales, his relationship with public visibility has been defined by a lifelong struggle to establish personal boundaries against an insatiable global media appetite. From his distinguished decade of military service, which included 2 operational deployments to Afghanistan, to his pioneering work establishing the Invictus Games for wounded, injured, and sick service personnel, Harry has consistently sought to channel his immense platform toward tangible, purpose-driven impact. His decision to step back from the traditional constraints of royal life was explicitly motivated by a desire to protect his wife and young children from the hostile psychological environments that have historically plagued his family, making their current, highly controlled media strategy a fascinating synthesis of absolute protection and selective, empowering commercial openness. The geographical setting of this new chapter adds a crucial layer of context to their ongoing evolution, as Montecito provides the perfect physical backdrop for a brand that celebrates high-end organic domesticity. This exclusive enclave, nestled between the Santa Ynez Mountains and the Pacific Ocean, has long served as a sanctuary for the world's most influential, creative and entrepreneurial minds, offering a unique culture of quiet luxury where privacy is fiercely respected by the local community. For Princess Lilibet and Prince Archie, this environment offers a childhood filled with vast natural spaces, coastal sunshine, and a sense of freedom that would have been structurally impossible within the guarded perimeters of royal estates in London. The stark visual contrast between the heavy stone architecture of Windsor and the sun-bleached gardens of their £11 million California home mirrors the philosophical shift in how the children are being raised. Surrounded by nature and light, rather than historical obligations and rigid public expectations. This pastoral setting is central to the visual identity of As Ever, allowing the Duchess to present a life that is simultaneously elite and deeply grounded, where the simple act of a child admiring flowers in a backyard garden becomes an aspirational statement of peace and emotional wellness. The broader cultural implications of this shifting media strategy extend far beyond the immediate circle of the Sussex family, signaling a fundamental transformation in how modern public figures interact with their audiences. By bypassing traditional journalistic institutions and communicating directly through public digital platforms, the Duke and Duchess have seized complete control over their narrative, effectively deciding exactly when, how, and in what context their children are presented to the world. This approach completely rewrites the historical rules of royal public relations, which traditionally relied on structured press calls and officially sanctioned photographers to document family milestones for public distribution. The selective inclusion of Princess Lilibet in brand-adjacent content demonstrates a sophisticated understanding of contemporary marketing, where consumer loyalty is built through a sense of intimate access to the creator's genuine lifestyle and values. It establishes a new blueprint where personal identity and commercial creativity are inextricably linked, showing that a modern public figure can successfully maintain a fortress of security while strategically sharing pieces of their world to build an authentic global brand. As the global community watches this fascinating dynamic unfold, it becomes clear that the story of Princess Lilibet's 5th birthday is not merely a collection of beautiful photographs, but a milestone in a larger, highly calculated journey toward independent cultural and commercial relevance. The young princess, carrying names that honor both her historical British heritage and